Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In the sun-drenched hills of Los Angeles, where fashion empires rose and fell with the seasons and love affairs burned hotter than California wildfires, the week of April 13th brought a seismic shift to the world of the bold and the beautiful. The air at Forrester Creations was thick with unspoken tensions, but in Il Giardino, the clink of glasses obscured deeper sadness. What had previously been whispered secrets now poured into the open, forcing characters to confront their wants, guilts, and the delicate magic that occasionally flashed in the most unlikely relationships. Deacon Sharp stood in the center of it all, his tattooed arms crossed, looking out over the restaurant he had created from nothing. His marriage to Sheila had always been a combustible combination of passion and danger, but the discovery of his burgeoning love for Taylor Hayes destroyed the delicate equilibrium. After weeks of sneaking looks and guilty admissions, Deacon had finally made his decision. He walked away from Sheila, his heart drawn to the lovely doctor who had somehow seen through his gruff edges to the guy beneath. As the new week began, Deacon and Taylor prepared to make their relationship public. No more hiding in the shadows or sneaking in between therapy sessions and late-night dinners. They would confront the world side by side, ready to battle for the love that had stunned even them. Taylor straightened her top in front of her office mirror, her fingers quivering slightly. She'd spent years mending others and leading them through emotional storms, and now she was entangled in her own. Falling for Deacon, a man with a past as tumultuous as the scars on his body, felt both irresponsible and unavoidable. He made her laugh in ways Ridge had never done, challenged her in late-night chats, and provided a stability she had not realized she needed. But guilt pressed heavily. Deacon was still nominally married, and Taylor knew the Psychiatric Ethics Board would frown on any perceived impropriety, even if their relationship had bloomed after his formal treatment was over. Still, when Deacon texted her that morning to confirm their plans to go public, she felt a rush of exhilaration in her chest. "We're doing this," he wrote. "No turning back." The announcement reverberated around Los Angeles like a stone dropped into a quiet pond. Steffi Forrester of Forrester Creations paced her office, her expensive heels tapping forcefully against the marble floor. She was always protective of her mother, but now this? Taylor with Deacon Sharp? The man whose ex-wife, Sheila, had been terrorizing their family for years. Steffi spotted red flags everywhere. "Mom, what are you thinking?" she asked at a tense lunch meeting, her voice full of skepticism. Ridge Forrester, the patriarch, sat nearby, his jaw set in that usual disapproving expression. He had previously loved Taylor, lost her, and then gained her back in a loop that marked their convoluted past. Seeing her select Deacon felt like a betrayal of not only him, but also the Forrester legacy. "This is a mistake," Ridge said quietly, his eyes hardening. "Sheila Carter." "Oh, Sheila. Won't let this slide quietly." She was stunned in the aftermath, her wild eyes reflecting a maelstrom of betrayal and anguish. The lady who had repeatedly clawed her way back from the brink was now facing the ultimate rejection. Deacon had been her rock, the only person who accepted her darkness, without hesitation. When he admitted his affections for Taylor and walked away, Sheila took a step back, appearing to take the high road. But as the week progressed, that inhibition weakened. She hid in the shadows of Il Giardino, watching Deacon and Taylor have a quiet meal, their laughter carried on the evening breeze. Was she genuinely done wreaking havoc? Or was this the calm before another explosive return to form? Hope Logan observed her father with a mix of support and concern. She had always been Deacon's champion, accepting his past transgressions in ways that others could not. "Dad, if Taylor makes you happy, then I'm happy," she told him one afternoon in the Forrester showroom, where fabrics and designs were spread out like bright confetti. Hope's own romantic relationships had taught her the importance of following her heart, even when reasoning said otherwise. Brooke Logan, the perennial optimist when it comes to love, stunned everyone by bestowing a cautious blessing. "Life is too short for regrets," Brooke replied, her characteristic smile softening the sharp edges of family conflict. Nonetheless, The Forresters stayed united in opposition. Steffi rallied her allies, saying that Sheila's presence was like a bad cloud. "She won't just disappear," Steffi insisted. "We've seen what she's capable of." When Deacon and Taylor went public, the faction soon formed. Hope stood hard with her father, guarding the new marriage from muttered judgments at family gatherings. Brooke hesitated but leant toward understanding, her own history of passionate decisions making her hesitant to lay blame. Meanwhile, the Spencers responded with a mix of startled amusement and opportunistic joy. Bill Spencer, with his quick business mind, saw possible silver linings. Getting Sheila out of the picture may clear the way for simpler negotiations with Deacon's restaurant expansion plans. "Good riddance to the chaos," Bill said dryly at a meeting, while his eyes twinkled with something more akin to satisfaction. The divorce proceedings loomed on the horizon, offering chaos to surpass any Forrester fashion showdown. Sheila, never one to quit quietly, hinted at battling for what she thought was hers. Would she go after Il Giardino, the crown gem of Deacon's hard-earned empire? Lawyers clustered like sharks, exchanging documents in quiet tones. Deacon prepared for combat, his resolution fortifying him even as guilt gnawed at the edges of his enjoyment. He had never intended to hurt Sheila, but love has a way of rewriting the rules. Taylor, for her part, planned for any career consequences. A patient-turned lover crossed a line that may threaten Sheila's medical license if she chose to use the knowledge maliciously. "We'll face it together," Deacon promised her at a private moment on the beach, waves breaking metaphorically in the backdrop. Despite the chaos, guilty actions boiled beneath the surface. Steffi, who was too protective, considered taking dramatic measures to keep her mother from going down the wrong path. She confided in Finn, her husband, whose calm demeanor frequently calmed the family's conflicts. "I can't let her throw everything away," Steffi said quietly one evening, placing her palm on his arm. Ridge, too, struggled with his own regrets, wondering if Taylor's complicated dance with Brooke had left her open to new feelings. Even Hope had quiet reservations about whether her support for Deacon sprang solely from love or from a need to see her father find stability after years of turmoil. Other strands ran through the fashion story. Following the success of a recent mini collection, Bill pressed ahead with plans for a full-line debut, bolstered by Katie's discreet support. Ridge and Brooke, ever the inventive power couple, devised subtle moves that threatened to disrupt Bill's progress. Katie and Brooke's sisterly feud, which had long been a part of their dynamic, flared up again, with old wounds reopening due to perceived slights and divided loyalties. "You always think you know best," Katie yelled during a heated argument at Forrester, her voice booming through the corridors where designs hung like silent witnesses. Meanwhile, younger characters dealt with their own webs of secrets and developing romances. Electra Forrester's feelings for RJ became stronger, a pleasant connection that added lightness to an otherwise sad week. However, Ivy Forrester kept a big secret from Electra, the depth of her manipulations in her love life. Melissa Dillon, who was aware of Ivy's machinations, found herself drawn to Will Spencer, their encounters fraught with unspoken possibilities. These strands offered levels of mystery, reminding viewers that in Los Angeles, no plot existed in isolation. Fashion, family, and illicit passions were inextricably linked. Then there were the golden moments, those rare beats where tension gave way to tenderness, reminding everyone why they came back week after week. Deacon and Taylor spent one such evening at a secluded overlook, with the city lights glittering below like stars pulled down to earth. He grasped her hand, his rough palm against her sensitive skin, and talked of second chances. "I never thought I'd find this again," he confessed, emotion breaking through his hardened demeanor. Taylor leaned closer, her eyes bright. For a brief moment, the world drifted away. Sheila's threats, family judgments, and the weight of past failures. It was simply them, two souls who had walked through darkness and discovered unexpected brightness in each other. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose Walton faced their own potential magic, with a pregnancy test result hovering over them like a hopeful question mark. After suspecting conception, the couple awaited confirmation, which may change their future. Carter, The steadfast Forrester attorney with a heart of gold paced uncomfortably, while Daphne's exquisite demeanor concealed her inner turmoil. If positive, it would bring delight mixed with the complications of combining families in a world where secrets rarely remained hidden. Their story provided a contrast to the older generation's dramas, a new beginning amidst endings and upheavals. Sheila's shadow grew longer during the course of the week. She battled her pain alone, recalling Deacon's promises. Will she pursue the new couple from a distance, or will her insane inclinations return in a way that avoids jail but strikes deep? Steffi and Ridge mobilized, rushing to safeguard their families, their concerns heightened by history. Finn advised medical vigilance, reminding everyone that hazards can arise in unexpected ways. Hope zealously supported her father, even as she dealt with the emotional toll on everyone concerned. Guilty moves materialized as quiet decisions. Ridge considered reaching out to Taylor, not to regain her but to secure her safety, his actions motivated by residual concern. Brooke mediated between factions, her guilty conscience from previous interventions pushing her toward reconciliation measures that could backfire. Even Deacon questioned periods of enjoyment, wondering whether his decision had aroused forces better kept dormant. But the magic lasted. A surprise family dinner became surprisingly warm as laughing burst through walls and children played in the background, oblivious to adult storms. Electra and RJ exchanged a clandestine kiss in the design space, with drapes flowing about them like a hidden world. Carter and Daphne embraced with love after receiving news that changed their lives, whether it was confirmation of new life or another course. By the end of the week, the story had irrevocably changed. Deacon and Taylor stood tighter in their resolve, with public affirmations confirming what had previously been private longing. Sheila planned or contemplated her next action, a wild card that kept onlookers on edge. The Forresters braced for impact, with alliances tested and remade. In the world of bold and the beautiful, where bold choices determined legacies and beautiful moments redeemed the broken, this week embodied it all. Heartbreak giving way to optimism, shame combining with grace, and the never-ending dance of love that refused to be contained. Deacon kissed Taylor farewell one evening, promising a future free of the past. "We've earned this," he remarked softly. She nodded, trusting him despite the concerns. Across town, Sheila glanced at old images with an unreadable expression. The week had brought disclosures, conflicts, and quiet joys, but the ultimate test was still ahead. Families would realign, secrets would be revealed further, and new chapters awaited against the sparkling backdrop of Los Angeles fashion and prosperity. The guilty moves, Steffi's protective machinations, Ridge's uncomfortable interventions, and Sheila's internal conflict added complexity to the drama by demonstrating that even the strongest individuals crumbled under emotional pressure. Magical moments, such as Taylor's real smile when Deacon surprised her with a simple gesture or Carter's cautious optimism in his eyes, offered balance, reminding viewers that redemption and renewal were possible even in catastrophe. As April progressed, the canvas of bold and the beautiful grew. Fashion events loomed, with Bill's line either sabotaged or successful dependent on Brooke and Ridge's actions. Katie's concerns with her sister simmered, threatening to spill over into public conflicts that may jeopardize both career and personal relationships. The younger generation, Electra, RJ, Will, and others, brought new vitality, their naive explorations contrasted with the seasoned fights of their elders. Deacon's restaurant became a symbolic battleground, with possible divorce assets transforming welcoming dining establishments into contested ground. Taylor's professional existence hung in the balance, with ethical concerns swirling if Sheila chose the route of vengeance. Throughout it all, the couple's commitment shone like a beacon in the storm. Steffi confided in acquaintances, her concern for her mother mixed with fury at the family's breakdown. Finn provided insight, his doctor's perspective guiding debates that frequently went into hysterics. Hope visited Deacon more regularly, and their friendship became stronger as she experienced his fragility. In quiet offices and opulent residences, characters pondered on the events of the week. Guilty consciences spurred late-night calls, and unexpected apologies. Magical connections were sparked by glances across rooms and whispered promises under starlit skies. The bold and the beautiful had once again demonstrated why it had endured. Its characters were flawed, passionate, and infinitely human, navigating the labyrinth of love with bravery and, on sometimes, beautiful beauty. The week ended on a note of tenuous equilibrium. Deacon and Taylor faced the future together, with Sheila's response still burning like a slow fuse. Other plots, pregnancy potential, fashion rivalries, and youthful romances teased future developments. In Los Angeles, where dreams were created on a daily basis and hearts were mended or destroyed in equal measure, the drama continued, promising more twists, remorse, and unexpected enchantment in the coming episodes. The week of April 13th marks a perceptible shift in atmosphere, with tensions simmering beneath polished smiles and carefully selected phrases. What begins as a series of minor exchanges quickly evolves into something far more complex, with every glance and hesitation carrying significance. Secrets that were previously hidden begin to emerge, pushing certain characters to confront truths they have attempted to ignore. The atmosphere is different, heavier, but packed with expectancy. Guilt may be a potent motivator, driving unexpected decisions and unsafe conduct. One individual, visibly burdened by recent decisions, fights to maintain composure as many around them see something isn't quite right. Their attempts to cover their tracks only increase suspicion, setting off a chain reaction that may reveal more than they meant. Meanwhile, another individual recognizes an opening in the tumult and begins to subtly manage events, demonstrating that timing is key when emotions are high. Despite the mounting strain, there are times that feel almost magical, surprising friendships, genuine admissions, and fleeting glimpses of hope that remind everyone of what actually counts. These softer sequences provide a stark contrast, demonstrating that even in the midst of strife, there is room for love, forgiveness, and second chances. However, these times may not endure long, as reality threatens to disrupt any sense of calm. Relationships are tested in ways that may permanently alter their trajectory. Trust weakens, and even the strongest ties confront uncertainty. As characters consider their alternatives, some will choose honesty, while others will double down on deception, resulting in dramatic results. By the end of the week, nothing seems the same. The shifting loyalties, the weight of guilt, and the ephemeral magical moments all clash, leaving a trail of unanswered questions. And just as things appear to be settling down, a startling twist emerges, promising much more drama ahead and leaving viewers wondering who will rise, who will fall, and what shocking revelation awaits them.